knit shop owner from art=happy Alternate Universe. Welcome back to the podcast. I have a fan going, so I apologize if the sound quality isn't great, but it is just too dang hot to even think about filming without a fan on. So I'm here. I'm in my very messy office. Some things never change. Speaking of things never changing, I am still the queen of having a million whips on the go at one time. So I've started some new ones since I last spoke to you guys. I have actually finished some, but I can't remember. So I'm gonna go through the ones that I have with me right now. This is gonna be very much come hang out with me after work kind of vibes, like we did with Whipmas. I just think that's more my style. I am not like Instagram perfect all the time, and I would much rather just chill. I'm not going to remember all the names of the patterns or the yarn or the designers, or like, I'm going to do my best and I'm going to put stuff on screen when I forget it. We are only human. We need to learn to love each other and ourselves. I don't have a plan, but it is Sunday about 3 o'clock, and that is when I have been phoning my knit group. But everyone's busy today. So I just spoke to one of my knit group lady for like 15 minutes and then she had to go. So I thought I would come and speak to you. So what have I been working on? This is the shit that everyone comes here for. So let's talk about some knitting. I love the northeasterly blanket. This is one of my current northeasterly blankets. This is the sock yarn version. I have been using my recycled yarn cakes for this, and then I've been using some West Yorkshire spinners in, oh my god, I've forgotten how to podcast. I've been using the West Yorkshire spinners in Milk Bottle, the Signature 4-ply, and then my beautiful recycled yarn. You guys have been going crazy for my recycled yarn, which I absolutely love. If I had all the energy in the world, that's all I would be doing. I would be winding yarn and posting it online for you guys. It's honestly my favorite thing ever, and it's so wonderful to see you guys getting it and learning how to work with it. It's awesome. So this is my northeasterly, but here it is. It's beautiful. So this stripe and the one below it, so the top two stripes here are done with my vintage Halloween set. We've got fake blood, ghostly eyes, pumpkin guts, friendly ghost, and witch's hat. Those are the 5 different colors in the set, and then of course you can buy some of them individually in cakes. So yes, I am super stoked about this green. It took me forever to wind it because we only had one cone of the right color. So I had to like wind it on itself a few times, but it's very cool. Actually, that's a lie. We had 2 cones of the right color, so I had to wind them together several times. And then this pumpkin guts is perfect as well. It's very unusual for us to find a perfect orange, or to find any orange really. So this was awesome. And then I've done a couple of different stripe combinations so you can see what they look like in different combinations. And then the next 2 stripes, which are now the top. So the next 2 stripes are my Jewel Tone Mermaid mini skein set, but they're mini cakes now because it's so much easier and you guys don't have to rewind it. It takes us less time, which means you can save some money. So we've got 5 different colors here. I haven't come up with individual names just yet. This one's like fresh off the winder, but I'm very excited. It's all kind of sparkly. It's got some rich, this one is like a rainbow. We've got some rich tones here. This one's got some sparkle. This one's got a sort of sheen to it. It's very pretty, very jewel tone. I love it. So I am obsessed with this. It's something that I can just pick up. I keep it at my desk at all times, so I can just do a little bit whenever I'm on a video call. But this northeasterly blanket here is all art=happy recycled yarn in double knit. So I have been using this kind of as a sampler blanket, where when I roll yarn for you guys and the shop in general, I roll them in 100-gram cakes or 50-gram cakes, or in the little 20-gram minis for DK. It's 10-gram minis for sock yarn. And then I have some left over. So I've been using the leftovers in this blanket. I usually have between 5 grams and 30 grams maybe, if I'm lucky. And so this blanket is full of all of the colors that have basically been online since quarantine. I think some of the colors, I don't know. But yes, it's beautiful and fun. And this last bottom stripe here, actually the last 2 stripes, have been the gradient cakes, the gradient sets that I've been making, which just use up loads of random odd bits. But like this one, we didn't have enough of these colors to make 100 grams, maybe even. So I put them all together and I made these amazing gradients, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm in love with it. Let me go get another project. Most notably, the biggest project I have to share with you is my crochet dragon. This is the body of it. It's huge. So this crochet dragon, I just got really scared because I put my hand in it and I thought there was a spider, but it's just the yarn. So this crochet dragon is crochet. I have the hook. Here it is. This is an Addy hook. It's very comfortable. I like it a lot. It's got a sharp enough point that it goes in, but it doesn't stab me all the time. We do actually sell them in the shop. So plug. But this is the body of the dragon. So this is like this, I think the head goes on here, and then this is the body going into the tail. It's gonna be gigantic. Let me get the head. This is the head. It is as big as my head. It is huge. This yarn is the super chunky yarn that I make. I was gonna say we, but it's mostly me. That we make in the store. It's the AUshopUK recycled yarn. I have made some special colors just for this dragon. As soon as I finish making it, I will put all of the leftovers. When I say leftovers, I made like 2 kilograms of some of this stuff, and I don't think I'll need it all. But it's such beautiful colors I want to share with you guys. I'm going to be putting that in the online shop once this beast is done. I am stuffing it with all leftover cuttings from like little projects, like the little tiny bits of yarn. We collect and keep those for stuffing projects like this. We also have some fleece in there that's kind of not great for spinning, but it's perfect for stuffing. And we also have some fiber that's made out of recycled plastic bottles. Look at these little nostrils. So it makes me so happy. I have a bunch of horns made up as well, which I'm super excited about getting attached to this gigantic thing. Look at this look at them. There's so many. Let me collect them all. I have a lot of horns, okay? This little spiky thing, this beautiful spiky thing is going down the top of its head. I started having trouble sewing stuff on when I was sewing on the, I don't even know what you call these like mini ear wings. I was really struggling, so I had to go find a curved sewing needle. Now that I have one, I can continue with this bad boy. But it's beautiful. Its name is Liz. I've still been doing knit group throughout quarantine, but we've been doing it virtually. And one of our knit group ladies, Liz, is constantly making crocheted animals and things like that. And that's what she is kind of infamous for in our group. Unfortunately, she passed away and we were all really bummed and we miss her like crazy. So we decided to name this giant dragon after her so she can be with us all the time. And every time I work on it and every time I see it, it's like I'm just getting a big hug from Liz. So she's with us always. There's been lots of changes throughout this weird time period for everyone. COVID has been crazy, and just it's bizarre. So this badass lady dragon is gonna go in the window as soon as it's done, and then once it's had its time in the window and has made people smile, we're gonna move it into the upstairs of the barn outside, the yarn barn, which is my partner's game room. Well, both of our game rooms really. And she's gonna be suspended from the ceiling and she's gonna watch over all of our D&D games, which is gonna be incredible. So I am really in love with this project. It's been way too hot to work on it recently. So she's been hanging out with me, but I haven't actually been working with her. I haven't been working on her for a while. So I'm really looking forward to the weather chilling out, so I have, first of all, more energy, and second of all, I can actually stand to work on such a big, bulky project. But look at this little dragon friend! And the pattern is amazing. It is so detailed, and it comes with pictures and instructions, and I want to make one in every color and every size. It's very, like, I mean, there's a lot of pieces. It takes a long time. That's a nose horn. That one is a nose horn. So it's a big project, but I love it. By the way, this is the super chunky yarn that I'm using to make it out of. It is our AUshopUK recycled super chunky, and it comes in these cakes, and as you can see, it's made up of loads of different strands. So this one has some silver in it and some creams and even like a little bit of blush and some white, and this makes the sort of faux ivory for some of the horns on the dragon. I love it. The next project I have is actually not knitting or crochet. It is embroidery. I have been working on some little cross stitch and embroidery patches that I want to put onto my black denim jacket. As you know, the world has turned into a crazy place, and we here support the Black Lives Matter movement. It's super important that everyone everywhere gets equal rights, and at the moment Black people don't have equal rights and they're getting murdered for no good reason. So we're trying to elevate those voices. One of the ways we can do that is paint a giant sign on our shop window, and that seems to be helping, seems to be sparking conversations. We've had people reach out to us and say that they feel heard and they feel seen, and they're so proud and excited to have a shop in the middle of nowhere actually acknowledging that it's, you know, not just a trend, and it's super important. So yes, anti-racism work is never done, and I want a little patch for my jacket to amplify that as well. I'm trying to support in the ways that I can, and one of those ways is to just tell people about it and talk about it and try and educate people as best I can with my limited and privileged viewpoint. But so that's this little one down here, Black Lives Matter, very important. And then this one here is the progressive flag. I can't even remember what it's called, but basically it is the rainbow LGBTQ plus flag with the black, brown, and trans stripes. So we are supporting people of color and trans people, and we're moving towards progression, and we're trying to make everyone feel awesome. This has been very fun to work on. It makes me reflect really a lot. Wow, my brain. It helps me reflect carefully about these issues as I am making them. I drew them out, so they're, you know, my own designs, but I've just copied, the flag, and then this is just very simple. But as I am making it, it makes me reflect on these issues and think about how I can be a better person, a better ally, how we can make the world a safer, kinder, wonderful place. And that's what I'm doing. I've also spent a lot of time watching a lot of films and listening to a lot of podcasts about the Black Panther movement, and it is fascinating. I wish I was taught more actual history in history class, because now I'm having to spend my adult life reteaching myself all of the history. Yes, I've been really, really enjoying learning more about history from all different viewpoints. It's been fantastic. I recommend. Well, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I shared with you my works in progresses. Those are the ones that I have been working on a lot at the moment. This beauty behind me is still in progress, and I haven't really worked on it for a while. I did a lot of it during the first 2 months of quarantine, and then it's just been hanging out back there. I really need to get it to its proper owner, because they have had their kid already, and the kid is growing. COVID-19 happened. We shut the shop. The doors are closed to the public. We have been doing online stuff. I haven't been doing as much online stuff as other people because there's so much going on right now. I didn't want to just add to the noise. The online shop is up and I keep updating it, and I'm trying to keep on top of emails, although I'm finding it really difficult.
Would you be embarrassed? Think I'm being careless if I said you're all I want more? Fingertips and collarbones, if I caught you on your own, would you mind my hand stitched in yours? I got it bad, bad, oh, I see you in my sleep, and I want you mad, madly. Come running after me, you're in my bones, bones. Oh, I gotta let you go, but I don't know how when you're rooted in my soul. Oh, I gotta tell you, I had a dream last night. You came back to me after our goodbye. My arms you fell into, and you asked if I'd run away with you. I ain't felt that way before, like I couldn't wait just a minute more. And I don't wanna let you go, but dreams slip away, I know.
Is it super hot where you are? Because my face is just sweating for no reason. Anyway, my favorite drink recently is in a glass bottle that I've been reused a million times. I put a green tea bag in it and then full of water, and I pop it in the fridge for overnight, and then I pop some passion fruit syrup on top, just a little bit to give it a little sweetness. So good. I am still a super ill, disabled, plus size, body positive vegetarian lady. I still run a local yarn store, even though we are closed to the public right now and mainly trading online. I still live with my cute boyfriend and our 2 kittens, who are now cats. I also spend most of my time in bed chilling out. I'm still a major board game Dungeons and Dragons nerd, and I still have about 12,000 works in progresses. So shall we go over some cool stuff together? Usually during knit group we talk about, because it's COVID and everyone's kind of having the same week over and over and over again, everyone kind of doesn't have that much news to talk about. So I've been trying to go through a couple of things. What have you guys been eating that's been fun? Have you made any fun food this week? Have you gone out? Like, have you ordered in or whatever? What have you been watching? What have you been making, obviously? And yeah, and any other fun updates. We always check in with family and stuff. So we'll go through that. What have we been eating? Oh my gosh. Carl and I have spent the entire of COVID making delicious vegetarian food. Some of it's been vegan. It has been so fun to cook together. This room back here, that door leads into the kitchen. It's what we call our downstairs kitchen. It is primarily a stock room for the shop, so it wasn't really functional as a kitchen until we moved things around. And so now we have like a camping stove that we cook all of our meals on. And Carl bought a bunch of knives and plates and like awesome, and we bought cutlery. And it's starting to feel a bit more like a home. The upstairs kitchen is the kitchen. We turned the spare room into like, we have a fridge and a microwave and a toaster. It's not really a kitchen. But I use that when I'm feeling way too tired to even come down and get anything. So, it's been really fun moving some of the stuff from upstairs to downstairs and cooking together. We've been making a lot of fun pastas, which we don't usually sort of have the time to make a fresh sauce, but we've been using fresh ingredients. Carl cuts everything up and is like an amazing sous chef. And then I like assemble it and find the recipes, and I do all the shopping and online delivery shopping. We've been having so much fun. We've been making like incredible burgers that rival the like burger joint in Bristol, which was one of our favorite places, and Ooey. I mean, nothing rivals Ooey, but we have found the Beyond Meat burgers, which are the same patties that they use at Ooey, and we've been combining it with brioche buns and like a fried egg, and like, oh, it is so nice to have someone around to help me cook, because as a disabled person with fibro, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, I don't get a chance to cook. I am lucky if I can microwave something and have a glass of milk, like, or oat milk or whatever, like, so it feels amazing to have fresh food. Like, even just making a pasta sauce with fresh tomatoes is like, blows my mind. Anyway, hopefully I will have put some photos. One of the things I've been trying to do is document every time we make a new type of recipe. Anyway, we've been having loads of fun with food. So what have you been watching or listening to? We have been watching a bunch of scary films. We watched The Conjuring and Annabelle Creation, which were really spooky. I got really into Riverdale during the first half of quarantine. We've been rewatching True Blood. We finished 9 seasons of Bob's Burgers, and the current dinner time show is Gravity Falls. So that's really fun. It's a little bit like cartoonish, a little bit childish, but it's quite cute. And we've been we just started rewatching some Daria, or watching some of the Daria that we never got to. I started listening to the audiobook of Court of Thorns and Roses, something like that. And it's the one that all the Dyers always talk about. And it's really nice to see someone else's version of the Fae. Something that I have been having a lot of fun with over the last couple of weeks is false eyelashes. I have never been a false eyelash girl, but now I am absolutely living for it. I am still learning how to put them on correctly. I got some vegan ones, and I've got cruelty-free, vegan, formaldehyde-free lash glue. I maybe do my makeup and hair like 1 day a week if I'm lucky. But these eyelashes make me feel so fantastic. I just can't stop staring at myself, which is really bad, actually. Also, Dungeons and Dragons. I've still been playing my thrice weekly games. My Monday game got switched up a little bit, and we are currently playing a like Greek mythology game. It's pretty cool. I'm playing a Minotaur bard named Bobby, and he's like been through a lot of shit, and he is now figuring out how to save the world, and it's very cool. On our Tuesday's game, we're still playing Blood In by Xander. We're still recording it. Hopefully we're going to release it at some point. Some of the people in my game want to start fresh, because now we know how to record. They want to start with a fresh campaign and like start recording from there. But we have a year's worth of recordings that just need editing. They're not perfect, but I would really like to release them. I play a badass barbarian fighter, punk rock chick who ends up becoming the leader of this little gang, and it's in a very rough and tumble, like, think like the roughest city you could ever think of without technology. It's pretty great. And then my Friday group, we play every other Friday, and that's really fun too. I probably mentioned this before, I still play a dwarf forge cleric who is very grumpy all the time, and I love him, and he's slowly figuring out that dwarves don't do blood magic, right? Well, they definitely don't, but they kind of do, but they don't. And we managed to banish a beholder twice, which is awesome. Okay, that's it from me. I am a tired bean and I'm going to sleep now. Let me know if you want to, what you've been up to in quarantine down below. I'd love to hear what you've been eating, if you've been playing D&D with your friends, if you've been knitting, if you've tried something new, let me know. Or if you have just been sat in your pants watching TV all day, that is okay because you have survived. Sometimes I think that's important for us to hear. There's a lot about productivity, like porn, as they call it, productivity porn, where you see people online doing amazing things and then you like look down and you're like, I'm still in my pajamas from yesterday, my life is shit. That's not true, because everyone on the internet you're only seeing their best side. Right now you're seeing me all dolled up and cute, but actually I am super sweaty and I'm gonna go collapse for about 3 hours. So this is the first time I put on makeup this week. Thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. I know I am not the most consistent poster, but with everything on the internet these days, I feel like that's okay. That's okay. Everyone has their own pace. You don't have to be posting everything every day to still be relevant. I guess this is the part where I tell you to like and subscribe and put your notifications on and leave me a comment. If you want to engage, I would love that. And every time I see someone commenting or whatever, it makes my heart sing. But please do not feel obliged. I know the world is crazy at the moment, but your support means the world to me. And thank you to everyone that's bought anything from the online store. You guys take care of yourselves. Mwah. Bye, guys. I don't know if any of this is usable. It's been so long since I filmed vlogs. Oh my god. Also, I got new glasses. Blink, blink. Woo, woo. Some of it. And anyway, Bard. No, that's totally wrong. This is probably appealing to a very small audience. Let me get back onto some knitting content. I've been using it's my oh my gosh, what did I call it? It's called Lash Lock, and this is not a beauty channel, but oh my goodness, so many horns. Oh, where do I even? Next, the lady who designed this pattern is, and I will put her name on the screen because I can't remember right now. I have a very bad memory. Bye!